well, here we go, Vootoo-Foos. Another day, another dollar, another bleeding instalment into the Duchess of Muchness. She's been at it again, hasn't she, Vootoo-Foos? Yes, she bloody well has. Honestly, I can't keep up with her. Honestly, I used to be about 5'9", you know. She's wearing me out. I've shrunk, I'm only 5 foot now, you know. It's all the blimmin' running around I have to do trying to keep up with the muchness. She's got herself onto that bleeding podcast again. Can somebody go round there and pull the plug out or something? Or can't they have a power outage or something? Because, well, the whole rest of the world seems to get power outages, don't they? And they're having their electricity restricted. Well, she just seems to have an indefinite bill, doesn't she? Yeah, she can spend as much as what she likes on bleeding electric, she can, can't she? I mean, she's never off the bleeding grid, she isn't. No, she's all plugged in. She said, here I am. She said, I'm the muchness. She said, the muchness of muchness or something or other. And she said, today I'm going to interview your Mariah Scary. Yeah, she didn't care. Yeah, so she had Mariah Scary on. I don't know what they were flapping their bleeding gums about. It was just like, well, to be honest, I thought it was one of those soft pornos, you know, because I couldn't quite see through my glasses, so I was just kind of listening to it. And I thought they'd proper love each other, them two. They're just, oh yeah, I really love you, you're so beautiful. Yeah, I love you, I love your hair. Yeah, this, that, and the other. I thought, oh, get yourself out of there, Gert. This is going a bit too purple for you, my love. You don't want to hear any of this. Yes, honest to God. So anyway, they were having a love fest, they were. Yes, but they were treating us to it as well. We were all invited to, well, to be a voyeur, really, weren't we? Yeah, voyeur. Well, basically, she was showcasing the muchness. Yes, and she likes to flagellate herself in public. Yes. I mean, if it weren't a bleeding crime, I'll tell you, she'd get gold in it. Yeah, if flagellating yourself in public was allowed, the muchness would turn it into a sport and she'd make gold in the Olympics every bleeding time. Yes, and the gold for flagellating in public goes to the muchness of muchness. That's what they'd be saying every bloody year, Vootoo. So we want to be careful what we bleed wish for, don't we? Eh? Because you never know what's going to happen. Here, and the other thing I noticed as well, shh, don't let on I said, don't say anything, but she can't bleed and spell. It's like I said yesterday, it's a thing with lefties, they can't spell. No, because they're what's called ignorant. Yes, they are. Yeah, because they never learnt nothing at school. They were too busy looking out the window, wondering if the clouds were all made of candy floss and one thing and bleed another. Yeah, she should have listened at school. Because to start with, I think her Hairy Carey, whatever her bleeding name is, Mariah Scary, she called the Duchess a div. Yes, she did. She called her a div. But the Duchess, being, well, she's cuckoo in the head, isn't she? She thought that old Scary called her a diva. No. See, that's the problem if you can't spell. She called her a div. A D-I-V. And you need to be British to understand that and to have been around in the sort of 70s and 80s. And the kids in those days or something or other to know, well, it means a bit of a thicko, really. That's what it means. Yeah. So Scary called the Duchess a thicko. Well, as good as called her a thicko, she called her a div. Except muchness, she heard it as with an A on the end. So, how's she called me a diva? Oh, I'm really quite offended to that. I don't think she meant, well, I'm not a diva, blah. As soon as Scary left the bleeding studio, she was straight on the bleeding microphone, wasn't she, the old muchness? She was doing her Elizabeth Holmes into the microphone. She was going, yeah, and another thing, I ain't no bleeding diva. How dare she call me a diva? I think she's alluding to the fact of what the clothes I wear. That's why she's calling me a diva. She didn't call you a diva, muchness. She called you a div. And to be fair, I think the whole world's calling you a bleeding div. Going on and on and on and on. Isn't there a day when you're not on the bleeding telly? Stupid bloody one. Honest to God, she's like the bleeding test card, isn't she? Do you remember the test card they used to put up on the telly? You remember the telly? Well, we start at the beginning. Do you guys remember televisions? Square boxes in the corner of your living rooms, what they used to be? Yeah, them. Well, they used to have what's called a test card. And that's her, innit? Bleeding test card. She's like that girl at the chalkboard, isn't she? Do you know what I mean? And when you come home from school in the 60s, you used to sit there and you used to wait for it to finish, so they put on bleeding play school. Do you remember? Well, I do anyway. So there you go. So the old muchness, I think she's turned herself into the new national sort of cyber test card. So every time you go on any social media bleeding platform, there's the bleeding muchness. So there you go. Oh, well, I better get off. Here, it's 25 years today since Diana died very sadly in that car crash. So my heart does go out to William and to Catherine and to all their children, what never knew their granny really. Of course, it goes out to Harry as well, really, if he wants to believe la. And the kids, well, whatever kids he's got, don't say anything. So anyway, yeah, the art does go out to all people concerned, really, because it is sad, isn't it, eh? Just imagine if Diana was around now, eh? Can you imagine? Oh, there'd be a bleeding bloodbath, and I'll tell you who'd win, and it wouldn't be the bleeding muchness. No, it bloody well wouldn't, Voodoo Furs. Anyway, I've got to get on. Bye, Voodoo, bye.